the team with the riders on it. So for our blue side Riot team is going to be Riot Zephyral on Winter Wonder Lulu, Riot Infinite Veritas on Shadow Evelyn, Riot Slumberjack on Woad Scout Quinn. Maybe just pick that to showcase the new skin. And then we have Pimp Master G from the community playing Lucian, and Equidum from the community playing Thresh to round out the first team.
And for Purple for Community, we do have Unmasked Mount going on New York, Man, Snowbuddy, Nidalee for CLG, Flame, Astronaut Teemo for Handicap Bankai, Rocket Girl Tristana for Shady, and Princess Lexi on that Spirit Guard Udyr.
Gotta have the Spirit Guard skin. That's probably one of the really cool ultimate skins that they've come out with. I mean, after you saw like the comic strip as well, it ended up being making it even more popular because that was something really cool and different that they came out with and just kind of threw in the client. Is it going to be Jorgman or is it Jorgman?
I think it's Jorgman. I don't know. I kind of want to go with German pronunciations and go with how they say boy. It's Nunye, which is still with a G/J sound. It's really weird. I don't know.
It'll be... I'm not sure. We'll have to have them see if they can chime in chat once they hear this. And I don't have my chat on, so you'll have to also see that as well.
Yeah. 2 monitors OP.
2 monitors
you
are
probably
OP.
have like 8 million.
I only have 2, actually. 2. I have a 24-inch and a 22-inch. And my 22-inch is 1080.
Better
so.
off than me.
Yeah.
I have a 15-inch laptop. And
I could not imagine trying to run an online show without more than one monitor. It would just be...
Exactly.
it'd be torture. It'd be so terrible.
Like a little Teemo. I was really hoping it was going to be Panda Teemo.
So an early ward from Udyr actually gave him the drop on Equidum and Pimp Master G in this brush outside of the red buff. So they might go for an invade. Oop. They're going to get one free Nid Spear. Pimp Master G's like, it's not warded. I'm just going to stand here. As a matter of fact, I can't remember which champion I was playing. It was a high poke champion, though. And I got that same ward in there. And I was able to get someone's summoner just by hitting them with 2 long-range skill shots and following up and running at them. And they flashed over the wall into the red area.
Tristana's going to land some damage down as well. Using the explosive shot just to get some damage over time down.
They're going to be retreating back to their respective blue buffs. No real invade coming, just a little bit of poke. Lucian went back and healed it up, so not any worse for the wear in that bottom lane, really, because Thresh will probably have it all regened by the time they actually get back in lane.
Man, there's the basic... Oh, her particles are really pretty. I got distracted at blue buff from Woad, from that new skin for Quinn. Oh, that's actually a mouthful to say, new skin for Quinn.
Yeah, too many similarities in saying that.
But just basic starts, actually a nice chunk of slow coming on. There's explosive shot, going to be doing a lot of blood loss over to Equium here. And the adapted. Actually, something you don't actually see is normally the range supports don't always go for the relic shield, so usually a lot of fresh players go for the coin because it's a lot easier. Instead of wasting a summoner for flash into death sentence for the hook, usually just go for the coin active for the speed up into it.
Yeah, so surprisingly the level 1 presence coming out of Jorgman is very high right now. The first hook is going to be thrown and missed, and they do hit the early level 2. Jorgman is not level 2 yet. Pitmaster G and Shady just shading back and forth a little bit. Meanwhile, not much else happening on the map. Lulu dominating early, pushing it up, which you would expect from a Lulu in that mid lane. Has a very strong lane early on in comparison to Nidalee pre-level 6.
Yeah, and once she does get that 6 down and she does go up to a champion, she just obliterates with the close range. It's very, very strong. She can just turn out back to human form, essentially. Yeah, and here's the range difference in terms of Blinding Dart versus Quinn going in for a blind. And it's super effective. As you can see, she's already being bullied out. She still has a CS lead on the Teemo, but he's just pushing against her constantly.
Yeah, they do have to worry about the Evelyn ganks. Luckily, Teemo does come with shrooms, which are even better than wards when we're talking about Evelyn. So she'll have to be careful not to walk over those shrooms after level 6. But pre-level 6, Teemo needs to be worried. Teemo's actually probably one of the easier champions to gank, especially because Quinn already has a slow in her kit, which is kind of what Evelyn lacks when she goes to gank pre-level 6.
Yeah. Because the thing about usually going for the Evelyn for the jungle is you want to get farmed up as soon as possible. You want to occasionally walk into a lane to steal some XP without being seen, and then just go elsewhere. And occasionally you can just apply pressure on the map.
Ooh, a hook on a Shady in the bot lane. They're actually going to go in on this. Exhaust versus Exhaust right now. They're trading back and forth. Shady's really low. The heal is popped. He's in the brush. Good flash out of the brush, and he will get away alive out of this one. Such a close fight right there. I think they had upper hand when Equitum jumped in, but that was not the case, and a great trade for Riot's side. Actually, for the community bot lane, helping out the Rioters in this game.
Yeah, so a little bit weird there is, I'm looking at the replay actually on the other screen, is Lucian just was not in the brush enough to actually see Tristana, and therefore wasn't able to get the last auto, which actually would have killed her had he been able to see her in the brush, but she flashed. Oh, Udyr.
And Udyr died at the race, and I didn't see how close he was to killing the race, but that is definitely not something you want to do, and it leaves all the lanes to kind of do their own thing for a while. I mean, for the Riot side, they don't really have to worry about any type of ganks and Udyr showing up to ruin any parties.
Yeah, and the thing that I like right now is going back to this mid lane, as you mentioned, how much Zephyriel is applying pressure to Nidalee because of that free 6, is having that help picked for the passive to get those extra autos off, and having a Nidalee that has to constantly heal up and waste mana for that is super strong, because that leaves Lulu to then get more glitter lands and pressure off, as well as just get more CS. And as you can see, 32 to 29 now. And she actually opted for a Fairy Charm start, so that means she's going to have the mana advantage over.
Yeah, and that level 6 CLG Flame definitely was a little worrisome about that early on. Look at the Glitter Lance damage. The heal will come back. Zephyriel, though, sitting on Ignite, and as a matter of fact, she is within kill range right now. If he's able to land a full combo with an Ignite, he could get a kill. We're actually going to have Quinn, who has put double team up and is coming down. Slumberjack coming all the way around right here. They're looking for a dive. They have the ults available. There it is. Popped right in there. Easy first blood. Slumberjack actually got ulted and wasn't even needed as they go a little aggressive in bottom lane. Not going to be able to pick that up. But the executed Udyr has started the dragon. Princess Lexi is fairly low. It looks like Triss is going to come over to help. Hopefully she jumps in to tank this. And they're going to get the first dragon at 7 minutes, even though they lost first blood in the mid lane. So, a very good pickup. I was actually worried because Udyr already got executed once. I was like, oh no. Don't do it, Udyr. That blue buff is too strong. Oh,
He's
goodness.
got it, I believe, in the heart of the cards. No, but going back to that dragon, that's a better trade for them, considering that for the first blood, it was pretty deep in, so they got the full gold cost for it, but only 2 people were there to witness, therefore making it only worth 2 people getting an assist and 1 for a kill. Which then means more gold is going over technically to the side for community, but this bot lane again.
Yeah, they're going in for the aggression here, but Shady has the drop this time. He gets the good rocket jump right on top of him, forces out an exhaust out of Equitum right there, and now Pimp Master G is out of... No, he still got a consumable. He didn't decide to pop right there. And then the whiff on both abilities will probably stop any aggression in this bottom lane for a little while. But Triss pushes so well that Lucian's not going to be able to get back in time. And he's actually going to have to force to lose CS if he continues this recall.
Oh, but here's this mid lane yet again, getting the damage out. There's that level 6 Nidalee.
Ooh, pops the barrier, forces a flash at a Zephyriel. And CLG Flame will just back out of this one, pop some more health pots. Does have the Chalice, so it's Chalice versus Chalice. Oh! A good spear! And Zephyriel probably clenched a little bit there. Princess Lexi is here. Going to be able to get the Polymorph off right there. And Zephyriel forced to ult, so now no ult, no flash in the mid lane. CLG Flame is hanging out a little too close. Evelyn hasn't really had much of an impact here quite yet. Teemo been able to actually zone out Slumberjack quite a bit as Slumberjack goes in for a fight and kind of won that trade. Actually got the benefit of the HP on that one.
Yeah, he does have the a BS sword now, so he's going to be able to go in with that damage a lot stronger. Ooh, good hook and death sentence on the spot lane.
Yes, and that is game over. Thresh actually picked up the kill. I think he walked into the box and died right there. Lucian using the culling wasn't really necessary for that kill, but better to use it and not need it than need it and not use it.
Yeah, and her rocket jump actually was down from her previous engagement with the Thresh, but here they're going in yet again.
Yeah, Kayle shouldn't have been that far forward. I really wasn't even down there watching, because I was like, well, Kayle's not going to actually run up and put herself into a position where she could get killed, but was a little too close. And now the bot lane has effectively gone in Lucian's favor. He's going to get a bunch of CS off this. He did go back and get a BF sword versus the pickaxe and the crit cloak. We do have Udyr down bottom, but Udyr is actually going to fall back as Quinn and Teemo are trading up top. Handicap Bankai is actually looking to be sneaky, but not that sneaky. I'm pretty sure Slumberjack knows exactly what's going on. Oh no, do not stay there, Teemo. Stop. Oh, and here comes the double team. Oh, a flash and flash! One auto attack is all it needed, and Teemo actually stopped the auto attack. Might have made it, well, probably not make it out there alive, because they did have Eve on the other side of that lane, so. Slumberjack, though, hits a mushroom up top. Princess Lexi's going to close the gap with red buff, and that is going to be a dead Quinn, an easy pickup, and the assist will go to Teemo, so worth? I think it's worth.
I mean, I would say worth allowing Udyr to get a lot of gold on his side, because right now Udyr, Princess Lexi here, is farming up for that Pharaoh Flare. Already has the Wriggles Lantern down. Looks fairly new, just dropped the ward from it, but still going for the Sight Stone as well. Well, the Spirit Stone. Stones.
Oh, and it looks like Jorgman is in a lot of trouble right here. The ult's actually going to go down onto himself. A flash out of there. Still going to go down. Infinite Veritas finally having some impact here and picking up a kill. Wanted a double. Actually went for Agony's Embrace directly onto Trist, hoping they could follow up and pick up that kill after. But Shady not going to get too close this time. Knows that 2v1's always dangerous. There are two champions, though, so it might not happen, as Zephril getting very aggressive in the mid lane and getting the best of CLG Flame right now. Meanwhile, down bottom, it looks like Shady's going to jump in. Pitmaster G, though, trying to get onto Shady, not going to be effective enough. Forced to flash out of there. Princess Lexi stopping for the easy kill on Equinum instead of going after Pitmaster G. A very smart move right there, and will pick up one kill for the efforts out of Udyr right there. Be very bold if you.
And they're still shove. Yeah, I'm just. This is really good for them actually shove out that lane as much as they are, and then proxy the wave. Because what it's allowing is it's allowing a Tristan to pick up a free. Well, it didn't really cost them anything other than Kayle, but that's a support for a support. Not bad, but they got the tower in advance, proxy the wave, so minions are going to be already hitting on the second tier here. Does look like they're pinging out for Dragon, but they don't know that it's down still. So that's a bit of an issue, because they did not have sight on it when it went down.
Yeah, we are seeing pings from both sides come out right now. And it is up very soon. I believe they killed Dragon at 7:09. So it's going to be up in a couple seconds here. We have 3 from community side ready, but it does not look like they're going to go for it. The Baron is up, the blue buff's up. They do not collapse on it right away, and this is going to be a bad fight for red side. The community side has to be very careful because it will be a 4v4, but they have the advantage of stealth. So they might be walking into a very bad situation. Now they're going to have vision on Infinite Veritas, so they know the jungler's around. And it's just a little back and forth.
You mentioned is that this lane of this late into the game starting to go into the mid game now. Ooh, Zephyr might get caught out here.
Oh, but it's going to be Princess Lexi that takes a lot of damage as they go all in for Udyr right here. They will pick up the kill. The ult's being used in the hook, really catching them off guard right there. And now they're going to turn around and go for that dragon where they have the advantage. Now, they already got the bottom tower for the community side, so Riot's going to try and secure the dragon instead. But they only have 2 people doing it right now, and both fairly squishy this early on. They really need Lulu and Thresh to get in there and be participating on this.
Yeah, they got the Thresh in, which is good. He's going to be tanky, actually, because he has the Nalbot up to the target's embrace.
Shady actually jumps in, goes for the Buster Shot, tries to get a kill. CLG Flame will get ulted. The heal comes out, and they should be able to get out of this one alive. But very bold of them. Good. The backwards running away javelins thrown out from Nidalee. Not doing too much damage yet, though. Hasn't even finished the Athenes and Holy Grail. Not a lot of AP on that champion, so nothing to worry about too much.
And there's the Athenes now being finished from Nidalee. She does have the double Doran still, but Lulu now building up on the Sword Push, which is really good. I'm liking this. She's going to have the ahead game because while Nidalee does have her passive to run and push as fast. Ooh, Slumberjack might be caught out here. Let's see if he can escape.
Yeah, good vault right there. Didn't use it to get out of the wall. It will be a ghost out of Princess Lexi right here. And Slumberjack realizing right now that it is time to pop the double team. Lulu is there for the save. Teemo, though, has rotated down. Going to put some damage on the Slumberjack, but they're not going to be able to pick up a kill. They will get 2 ultimates out of that for 1 summoner, so it was worthwhile. And they're going to get a blue steal onto their mid laner. So a good job by Udyr playing the map, catching people out in their jungle. And if we take a look down at the CS, we have Udyr at 107, building the Feral Flare. And we have Evelynn at 57 with the same amount of kills. And Udyr does have a couple deaths, but definitely sitting on more total gold right now by almost 1,200 than the opposing jungler. So he's been doing a really good job at farming as well as helping out with those kills.
Yeah, and a lot of the reasoning behind that is because he's proxied very well. The last time we saw him do, they're going on to this.
And it's going to be Infinite Veritas and Quinn getting the best of this right here. Handicap Anarchy does not have enough damage yet. I flash for flash and kite him into the shrooms. It's not going to be enough, and that's a double kill for Quinn right there. Ooh, big spear, though, hitting Veritas in the back. And, oh, the next spear just barely missing. Looks like he's going to chase down right here. Lulu has caught the Kale in the background, though, so forcing them back. Zephyro does not have an ult available right now. CLG Flame realizes, has the vision, knows that people are coming to collapse on this one, and they're really just going back and forth, trying to get a little bit of poke on each other. And Slumberjack, though, going to jump in on CLG Flame. Oh, a great flash from the bind. A counter flash, though, from Slumberjack, and it's not going to be enough to take down that mid laner. Everybody will get out alive except for the Teemo. As Pitmaster G goes for the 1v1 in this bottom lane, Shady doesn't get the knockback into turret range, and that's an easy kill pickup onto Tristana. Lucian now 1-0-3 and 50 CS, just about ahead of the opposing AD carry.
And now we see actually second Sweeper's Lens being picked up now for Nidalee, so starting to get more of that map advantage in terms of how much they want to take away with Sight, which is very good. We've actually seen them consistently buying pinks to negate onto Evelynn, which is even more devastating, because as long as she cannot map roam and be a threat of unseenness, like as long as you cannot see her, but and not know where she is, she's a threat. But if you can, and you know where she's going to be, and you can catch her out at those times, she does little to nothing in terms of map pressure, in terms of being a stealth champion.
Yeah, as long as she's not too shady, they should be fine. It doesn't catch anybody out there. I'm going to push up this mid turret and grab that one. Ooh, a Death Sentence almost did exactly that. Kale just barely threading the needle there along the wall, not getting picked up by it. A little bit of back and forth. Nidalee now trying to use her mobility to have a bigger impact on the game. You can see her roaming around a lot more. She is getting caught out by a lot of wards, but is there to support her team. Pitmaster G actually dashing in, which is never recommended when you're an AD carry unless you're securing a kill. So we'll see. That might play against them later on in the game, because AD carries become so fragile to the amount of burst that most teams can put out.
Actually, that was pretty odd. They actually used the sweeper, did not clear the ward. I was a little bit confused at what's going on there, but here's the fight.
Zephyrill's going to get jumped on in the middle. He will use Wild Growth on himself. Flame is going to get hooked into the fight. Ignite is going to help finish off the Udyr, but Handicap Bankai is going to help pick up a kill with Nidalee. It's going to be a 2-for-1 though, and here comes the Quinn. 4-1 right here. Picks up 1 kill, chasing down the second right there. So it's double kills for Lulu and Quinn. And a big win right there. Now Triss coming through on the backside. Does not have the burst to pick up a kill. Going to flash, going to heal, and get out alive somehow through their entire team. Can she avoid certain death right here? No! Pitmaster G going to finish him off. Get the ace. They're going to get the mid tower. And they could rotate for a Baron or try to get the inhibitor turret right here.
I mean, they can probably just prep. They need to, more than definitely right now, just clear wards. We need more sweepers on the side for Riot. And we're going to have Slumberjack here picking up under red. Going to be stealing it. But there are so many wards that will be witness to them right now. Hopefully she walks in this brush and sees the pink, but she doesn't. Sad day. But one of the things is now we have more map clear coming up from the side of community, as I mentioned before, and it's not nearly as present. But one of the things is you're missing out a bunch of wards from the support from Kayle, because she may have gone for full Frost Queen's Claim upgrade, but she does not have a basic Sidestone at all, which is a little bit of an issue if you're this far in, because now Thresh has basic boots, he has a Target's Embrace, he has a Ruby, and he now has Aegis built.
And I mentioned Baron, but I didn't realize we're only 20 minutes into this game. I felt like we were so much further progressed into this game. I thought we were on the 30-minute mark. Just the way that the pace of the game was going. And Princess Lexi going to walk in, tank the culling, not going to get the smite steal. Veritas is going to be able to pick up that one. And Udyr unable to get anything for the effort right there. Going right for tank, though, right away. And Jorgman going to get caught out a little bit by Zephyrill. We do have CLG Flame is going to be here. They're going to jump back onto Zephyrill. Thresh is here with the hooks. But Hook City population 0 as they come down this mid lane. And we'll probably see them fall back and regroup. But it looks like Equidum and Zephyrill need to be very careful right here. Teemo decides not to roam around through the mid. Takes a safe passage just to defend that tower. As Lucian's going to get the tier 2 in this bottom lane pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, which is just only going to give more gold to the team right now. Ooh, a good death sentence.
And the mid lane, it looks like Shady's pretty low, but a great buster shot, knocking them both back. Flame is here to help out, but Slumberjack comes in for the Quinn assassination and the double kill. 1 for the Hawk, 1 for the girl. Picks up 1 in each form right there. A flash hook onto Jorgman, and everybody jumps in, annihilating Kayle, wiping her off the map, and now they're going to be pushing for that inhibitor turret.
And that was everybody, with the exception of Evelyn, actually getting an assist on that kill. So well done for them. Just getting the gold. Ooh, that spear. Had it hit on some Zephyrill, would have been death. But just doing good, just staying out of range. And it looks like Udyr might trying to be going to tank this mid turret. Let me go down there and look real fast. But he looks to be just proxying or going for a base race for a suicide.
I'm not sure.
Could be any better scream goal.
I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like they're trying to dive down in this bottom lane. Udyr's just doing his own things. Yeah, he's doing bear, turtle, phoenix, tiger things. It's like
yeah, he's looking to just push out the waves, because the thing that came out there is that if you can proxy enough when you have more waves pushing than not from the enemy side, when those super minions happen, it's not going to be as forceful or as devastating, because you're going to have more waves stacked upon them.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see the jungle with the most CS in the game. The jungle on the losing team has the most CS in the game right now, and you have to consider a lot of those are jungle creeps. So when you look at the gold totals, Udyr actually has the most accumulated gold in this game right now. And also the most deaths.
I mean, and that's to be said. I honestly think the issue was because early on they didn't buy pink wards. They didn't know where Evelyn was. You didn't see nearly as many ganks as you would hope to happen in that mid and bot lane coming out from Udyr. And the fact that at one point Princess Lexi had died the race took a lot of presence away from him. So despite him being ahead in terms of CS and a little bit of gold, there's just a lot missing because those early engages that you would expect to see coming out just weren't there.
Yeah, and we actually see an attack speed Teemo coming out, which means the mushrooms are not going to be very potent to help carry them into this late game. He's going to have a lot of on-hit damage. Zephyral now should be caught out right here. Udyr not turning around to going for Zephyral. Instead, they're just going to be pushing up the super minions, making sure they're not going to get pushed too hard. In the top lane, though, Tristana needs to be very careful. Going to use that rocket jump to get away, as I can tell by minimap. And now Handicap Bankai in a lot of trouble. Will flash, but the flash of Pitmaster G will be able to pick up that kill. Oh, a great hook on a CLG Flame right there. He's going to pick up a kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Trist will go down. There's the culling on to Jorgman. He's ignited. Can KO make it out alive? That's going to be a big... Oh? No, it's going to be a big no. Ekram comes around the backside. Pitmaster G finishes him off. And that's a 4-0 exchange right there. As Udyr, once again, goes to push up that mid lane. Udyr might get a tower out of this.
Yeah, but one of the bigger things that came out of the fight is Quinn was able to solo onto Tristana under tower. So before that tower in the top lane was even taken away, she just kind of went in, took blood, and then Jhin finished off the tower completely in a solo format. So getting a lot of gold in her pocket because of that.
So Udyr doing whatever Udyr can to try and push this up. Wasn't really a presence in that last fight. Surprisingly, they didn't turn around and get the advantage they had onto Zephyral. And it looks like Riot Side's going to end this one right now. They are on the Nexus. Udyr has not even started recalling yet. They have a kill onto Kayle. And they're going to be able to end this one right here at just shy of 26 minutes for the blue side.